He's the one that brought the war to us. Count the dead. Thousands of people. What's next? Millions. He has the power to wipe out the entire human race, and if we believe there's even a 1% chance that he is our enemy, we have to take it as an absolute certainty. And we have to destroy him.
Rated PG-13.
Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is Slickmuff, and I'm back again with another video, and I was just watching the Carolina Panthers game, and I saw a brand new TV spot for Batman v Superman, and of course, I cover the freaking movie. I would have seen it if I had recognized it before, but I didn't recognize it, so I knew it was brand new. I checked the Batman v Superman Twitter, and boom, 5 minutes ago, they had just tweeted this new TV spot, presumably TV spot number 4, but without further ado, we're just going to go ahead and break this down, and what I noticed, and what I thought was really pertinent for you all to notice as well. Right off the break, I really thought that he brought the war to us line. That was with Batman in the Batsuit, but it turns out in the trailer that they showed us previously, they had kind of synthesized his voice the same way that he is in the Batsuit, but it turns out that it's actually Bruce Wayne addressing Alfred there, so I thought that was a very clever use of kind of misleading us to try to make us think that he was in the Batsuit when he said that, when in fact he was actually just in regular Bruce Wayne voice. One of the big things that actually stood out to me is the way that Bruce Wayne and Alfred addressed each other, and you can see that the way that Alfred kind of addresses Batman or Bruce Wayne, it is not really in the same way that we would maybe expect him. For example, in the Arkham games, for example, in the most recent Season of Infamy DLC, you saw Alfred, and he kind of proposed reluctantly. He was like, maybe you should kill Ra's al Ghul. It's your choice, of course. I don't want to impose on your choice or anything. It's your choice completely, but, you know, you might want to consider it, you know what I mean? Because he's kind of it's your choice, once again. But no, this Alfred is telling it like it is, and you can tell by the way that they cast this character that that is exactly what they were going for. They're not going for the Michael Caine Alfred we got in the Dark Knight series, and although we kind of saw that kind of same banter between them in The Dark Knight Rises, specifically in the last scene that Bruce Wayne and Alfred actually spoke to each other, these two seem much more like an honest team, and that they can kind of address each other in their honest thoughts, what they're actually thinking. They're not going to hold back, and they're very honest, brutally honest with each other. And the way that that is even more apparent is the way that Bruce uses this us and this we verbiage that you hear multiple times throughout the teaser, just this little 30 seconds. He brought the war to us. We have to acknowledge this threat. And he's not only saying us and we as in us humans versus this god, this alien, but also us as a team, you and I, Alfred and Bruce Wayne. You know, we decide together, and it seems that Alfred has the same kind of weighing power in actually making the decision. So it seems that Bruce Wayne actually has to convince Alfred that, attacking Superman is the only choice of action, because that 1% chance of him being evil exists. So it seems that Bruce Wayne, he can't do it on his own, because otherwise Alfred would just put his foot down, and they just kind of have that mutual respect for each other, and you can kind of see that just in the verbiage that they use. And I really like that, because again, Michael Caine was a great Alfred in the Dark Knight trilogy, but I really want that headstrong Alfred that is not afraid to say it how it is, and is brutally honest with Bruce Wayne, because I do like that Alfred as well, in addition to the much more passive and kind of you're in control Alfred that we got in the Dark Knight trilogy with Michael Caine. Both are awesome, and I'm glad that we're seeing this one in the DCEU. At first glance, this clip didn't really bug me in any particular way. However, rewatching it multiple times, it does seem that Bruce Wayne is incredibly riled up, and I think that they're going for this idea that he's kind of burnt out and he's kind of tired of this. He's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm so sick of this. I keep getting drawn back into it, and I don't think he wants to do this, of course, because he doesn't want to fight an alien that he's probably going to lose to, but he feels obliged to, and this just shows his humanitarianism, you know, just bulging through here, and he recognizes Superman as a threat, and even though it's a misguided kind of vision of a threat that doesn't really exist, because Superman wouldn't really do anything evil intentionally, he definitely perceives that threat, and he is looking out for humanity's best chance, and he's even looking out for the Metropolis side of things. And that's one of the things that Jeff Johns talked about, is how this is not only about Batman versus Superman, but their respective worlds colliding, and that is Metropolis versus Gotham. And Bruce Wayne is even saying, in this instance, I'm going to protect you from who you think is your savior, and that is Metropolis, because of course in Metropolis there's a flood, and Superman rescues many people from the flood, and people kind of view him as kind of their savior in this sense, because he is, and he's a symbol of hope, obviously. And what they're trying to show, and what Bruce Wayne is trying to show, is that even though you don't perceive the threat, I do, and I'm smarter than you, right? So I'm going to save you from a threat that you don't even recognize yet. You're welcome. That to me is so interesting, because usually Bruce Wayne, when he's mad, he doesn't really get fired up in the same sense. He definitely has a harsh tone to him, but he doesn't yell, and he definitely doesn't yell at Alfred. I really personally don't like when he yells at Alfred, because I just feel like that's kind of disrespecting him in the same sense that that's something like Damian Wayne would do, and that's why I hate Damian Wayne. But I don't really like when Batman or Bruce Wayne yells at Alfred. It does kind of bug me a little bit personally. However, I will say in this instance, he essentially views this threat as so menacing and so potentially threatening that it just has to be addressed, and that Alfred just isn't seeing it. And I think that we're going to see many, many minutes of actually in-screen footage of Bruce Wayne saying, hey, you're kind of sleeping on this. We really need to get going on this. And again, it's we. You know, I'm not going to do it unless you kind of are on the same page here. We got to be all on the same page. But this is definitely something that we need to go after and pursue. Because we know that Alfred is going to be helping Batman, and Alfred's going to be in Batman's earpiece, in the mechanical suit, or the, super suit, whatever you like to call it, when he's actually fighting Superman. So with that being said, at that point, he has to have convinced Alfred somewhere along the line this is a threat that they need to work together to address. And it's not going to be like The Dark Knight Rises, where Batman's like, okay, screw you, Alfred, I'll do what I want to do. If you don't want to go my way, then I'll go my own way. It's going to be a camaraderie, and they're really going to build on that, because I think Alfred is a character for the long mainstay in the DCEU. So anyway, guys, I hope you'll have enjoyed hearing my thoughts on the new Batman v Superman TV spot. If you'd like me to do more of these, then just let me know, because I really enjoy doing them. They seem to do well, and you guys seem to like them, so I'm going to keep doing them as long as they keep releasing them, and I imagine there's going to be plenty more. We're still 2 months out, and they keep releasing these pretty regularly. We're already on our 4th one, so I'm assuming that we're going to get probably around 6 more in total, so I'll be sure to break down those if you guys want to see them, and if you did, can feel free to the like button, like I said, and comment your thoughts on this video in the comment section below. Subscribe for more Batman v Superman coverage. We'll see you in the next video.